back to another episode of Dating, Laughter and Disasters with me, Lulu Johnson, a show that's all about the highs and lows of modern dating, and on this podcast we're laughing about it. Joining me on the show today is my friend Rachel, and also former Catholic and current sexy nun. Welcome.
In that order.
How are you?
I'm grand, how are you getting on?
I'm doing very well. Any crack?
None.
We love a good pun on this show, lads. There might be a couple of nun puns. What did we say? We're going to pun the nun. So if you hear any nun things, get your drink. We're having a drinking game. So, Rachel, let's
Lulu.
Let's talk about it. What's going on? Why are we wearing what we are wearing? Why are we dressed as sexy nuns?
Well, we decided that the theme for today's podcast should be Catholic guilt, seeing as we are both recovered Catholics from Ireland. It's a very big deal over there for reasons unknown. So there's a lot of shared trauma within that. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I went to an all-girls Catholic school.
Definitely same. I think most women did. No?
Yeah. And God, that was so fun. You know, when you're a teenager, when you're a straight teenage girl and you're just surrounded by other girls 24/7. Love that.
Yeah, we were very horny.
We were.
And for those who are not aware, for those of you who are not Catholic, we came into the Bad Habits theme tune. FYI, these are habits. Just needed to point it out. We're being very punny today. We're enjoying ourselves.
I'm going to also say, take a drink every time the habit slips off because I can feel it.
Does it come off yet?
To be on the floor soon.
Right, so Rachel, we are connecting Catholic guilt with dating for this episode.
We are indeed, and I think that certainly in our tenure, we've encountered quite a lot of Catholic guilt, be it subconsciously from ourselves or from those that we have had I don't want to say the misfortune, but I am going to say the misfortune of encountering on our travels on this crazy journey called life. So there's plenty to get into, plenty to unpack there.
There is plenty to unpack because I was actually just home in Ireland last week and I randomly opened a drawer in my old childhood room and I actually found a book, lads. This was pure coincidence. It's called Growing Up, a book for girls by a Catholic woman doctor.
A doctor who's a woman.
But more importantly, a Catholic,
woman
and
doctor.
It definitely wasn't for my years of being in school. I was very confused. It wasn't my mom's, but she denied it anyway, and I was like, are you sure?
Well, I mean, what was your sex education like in school?
I was 12, because that's when I started secondary school, and they just told us about puberty more than sex, but no, actually, no, you just reminded me. Last year of school, they got a few of us only. I feel like I was handpicked to go to the sex education class. I don't know why. Maybe
what an honour. Am I right? You'll put that on your CV.
Maybe the school was worried about me or something. I mean, I wasn't skanking around, but regardless, they brought like 10 of us into a room to talk about sex education. But because we were such a Catholic school, like my school was called right? So it just fucking shows you. Anyway, this woman, she's talking, rambling on about sex with all mortified, red-faced teenagers, and she wanted to show us how you put on a condom, but she wasn't allowed to bring in a dildo, so she had to show us using a banana. Like, that's how censored it was. So that was actually my sex education. I don't really remember any of it, didn't learn anything from it. They did just scare me into thinking, like, don't have sex or you'll die type of thing. It was like, is that in Mean Girls? They did this?
Yes.
Yeah. My mother always said that too.
You should read a few passages from that very educational book that we have here today.
I mean, you could say the words that you can't write it, but honestly, the Catholics did, right? So, this is a, I won't call her a nun, because I feel like this is what a nun would write about, not a Catholic doctor. I just want to...
she said none, so have a sip of your
drink. Yes, none of that. Right, so they are now describing the male body, right? Listen to this. So, consider the body of the man first. The most important respect in which it differs from that of a woman is in its genital, the life-producing organs. I know I said that word wrong. In him, these take the form of two purse-like structures between the thighs containing the testicles, which produce the life-giving fluid in which are sperms. It gets better, wait for it. So, between the testicles and communicating with them is a muscular member, the male organ of generation, somewhat resembling a finger.
Very unlucky woman Catholic doctor there.
Now, I mean, I'm no Catholic, as you know, I'm quite a sinner, but never have I seen a penis looking up a finger. And if I did, I'd fucking run away. No offense to that, sorry. But,
She's a size queen.
And so, that's, yeah. Wait, what is it? Go on.
I want to read my
Yeah, you're hilarious when you read that. Hang on. But then there's one more thing I'll let you read next. So then the next one they're talking about sex as well, of course. And it says, any man or woman who should enter upon such an intimate bodily relationship together without being married are committing a mortal sin. That's what you're up against. Nikki's holding her breath there.
Round of applause for mortal sin. Let's get it.
Sinners are winners.
Great film, actually, if anyone's not seen it yet.
Is that the thing?
Yeah, Sinners.
Oh, I thought.
Culture. It's all the way back here. Hang on. I remember it's on 30. Your age. Okay. Where's the thing about the... Here it is. Oh, I love this. This is gas. Today, unfortunately, owing to the pagan atmosphere about her, a Catholic girl may occasionally make friends with a man who has no Christian upbringing whatever and does not possess the ordinary good instincts that even a heathen may have. When alone with him, he may persuade her to let him take liberties, hugging and cuddling her, even kissing her on the lips, or intimately touching her on the breasts or elsewhere. I'm actually reading this, it's a published book. The church has always condemned such liberties as sinful, for they may arouse the passions of the couple to such an extent that the man's may break all bounds until he finally seduces the girl with or without her free consent. This is literally published. This is Growing Up, a book for girls. That is the actual name of this.
So it's no wonder we have the fear of God put into us.
And I mean, that's it. It was put into us. I'll give that back to you.
I think you're much better reading it than I am. You're the actress here. So there's just one other part that blew my mind. It's about, will you read that because you're funnier?
Which one?
From that paragraph.
Oh, of course. Yes. When a woman marries and is going to have a child, the periods cease as a general rule. It is important to realise, though, that in certain states of health, an unmarried girl may not see them for 2 or 3 months. In the case of anemia, for instance, or she may have periods which last only 1 day instead of the usual 3 or 4. In such an event, the doctor should always be consulted as the anemia needs treatment urgently.
That's what you're up against. It's anemia, like
You get married and you get anemia.
No, it's if you don't. If you're riding around when you're not married.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, you get in trouble for having a bit of crack. Any Catholics amongst us here? Or former Catholics? Oh, yeah.
Former.
Oh, yeah, we've got Molly
And
there
with
wearing a
strings up
habit.
there.
Welcome. Irish? Any Irish amongst? I know we have 2. Oh, we have 2? Only 4? Oh, sorry, could you raise your hand higher there at the back? Yeah, 5, thank you.
When was the last time you went to Mass?
Yesterday.
Oh, was it yesterday?
Did you?
Down on your knees, were you?
Well, I was actually at a mass a wedding last week in Ireland, and I don't go to mass. I go to mass, every Christmas just to check like who's around, you know. But I never move the mouth. And suddenly I was at this wedding, and because it was also in preparation for this, I was like, I'm going to soak myself up in Catholicness. Like, let's see what I remember. And your mouth just motors off, doesn't it? Like, all the prayers that were hammered into you as a child, they just come out without even thinking, like a song. You know?
I don't know integral aspects of my day-to-day job, but I know the Our Father in Irish, useless information.
Exactly.
Imagine if they told us how to do our taxes. That'd be so much more helpful. But instead, I know how to say a decade of the Rosary in under 5 minutes.
Grand. So, Rachel, you have to have some sort of sinner story in your dating time here in Berlin. You're here as long as I am. 10 years?
10 years in August.
You dirty Catholic girl you are.
Oh, jeez. Recently,
I've shed my embarrassment about having sex, right? I know. Yeah. Don't all clap at once. Thank you. So, maybe you don't know this, but Lulu and I are actually neighbours.
Licensee!
Up the big W. So, I had a little bit of a slut era recently, and I was actively sleeping with 2 people at the same time. Like within the same day. Like, thank you. Yes. But so one of them, he had left like a few condoms at my place because he was like, I'll be back. He was very well prepared. Good for him. We love a prepared king. And so I was like, lovely, that's them there now. I'm stocked up. Sure, didn't I use them all with the other fella? And then he comes back and he's like, sure, let's, I want you. And I was like, I just want to go to the toilet 1 sec. I texted Lulu and I was like, can you get a taxi up, I'll pay for it, and you just put a few condoms in my post box. Oh my god. It was so scandalous shit, the habit flew right off her. Were you able to bring me up the condoms?
No, I wasn't. Actually, what was the reason? Because I just come out of the shower and I was like, this is awkward. I can't.
She had her face mask on.
I'd just been meditating in the bath and like chilling, and I was just like, it's not a good time.
The vibrator was fully charged. She couldn't come. Quite literally. Double entendre.
You keep talking there while I put my habit back on.
Back in the habit. So Lulu wasn't able to bring me up the condoms, so she said, do you know what you tell him? Tell him that I was up during the week and I was going to be hooking up with someone and you had to give me like 2 or 3 condoms. And I was like, that's a very good get out of jail free card. So that one's free for you now next time you're in that exact same situation that I was in. But it worked.
But that's the problem with living in licensing as well, right? Because we're actually like a 10-minute walk, about 15-minute walk from each other. But you actually were going to order condoms by cab. Like,
I live in the woods, like, it's not good, it's not good. But, I say it worked, but he's not texting me back now. So.
I was just going to say, where is he now? Okay.
Heaven knows. Somewhere out there. Pour some out for a lost love.
Well, I've been good for a while. I have not been dating at all. I don't think I've had a date in like 2 years because I couldn't be fucked.
You're literally trying to get something on the books right now, though.
Well, you see, I was telling people on the podcast I'll never download dating apps again. I'm like, it's all about offline, but I haven't had the energy. I couldn't be arsed going out on these offline dating events, but I'm having my first one actually on Saturday. And it was just yesterday. Oh, it's just the typical thing. This is why I don't go on dating apps. It was on Hinge, chatting to a guy, a couple of messages, and he said, oh, do you want to move this to WhatsApp? And I was like, I'll be honest with you. You're saying on your profile that you want kids, and I was like, I don't really. And I said, so there's really kind of like no point in continuing it. And I expected him to respond, say, oh yeah, fair enough, okay, bye. He just deleted me. And I was just like, this is why I don't do dating apps. Do you know what I mean? So that's, yeah, I'm low on dating stories as of late.
But can you imagine if we'd had dating apps when we were in our all-girls Catholic schools? I don't think that would have been productive, or maybe legal, I don't know.
But we were speaking about this earlier, like as young teenagers, we wanted to get the right, we were virgins, really horny virgins.
Slim pickings going when you're, yeah.
And now you're this age though, and I'm just like, I don't want it. I couldn't be fucked. It's the easiest thing to get as a woman. And I'm just like, no, I just don't want it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have had sex in 2 years. But...
Humble brag.
But I just couldn't be arsed. I mean, I think women, we could get a man every night of the week if we wanted. I see you all nodding and smiling. We could, I mean, if we really wanted to. But I couldn't be bothered. It's quality over quantity at this stage. Whereas, you know, when you're young and Catholic, you just want to ride all around you because you're not supposed to.
I was only saying to Lulu earlier, I remember walking around my hometown, not even 15 years of age, and I was so like brainwashed by mainstream media to be like, sweet 16, and that's like the really big age. And I remember saying to my friend, if I haven't lost my virginity by the time I'm 16, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And now it's just like, no, just not having it, just fuck off. Now it's the vibrator.
Oh, you had a very good vibrator story from earlier on. Did we all see the thunder and lightning, the Donner and Blitz that we had today? And a lashing rain, absolutely pouring, like cats and dogs. This one over here, in anticipation for the event tonight, right? What were you getting up to?
I've got some colleagues in the crowd now, so they might find this a bit awkward. But I was horny, and I was getting on my vibrator, and then the fucking lightning struck twice, and it disturbed me that I had to just close the window and I couldn't come after that.
You were probably lying there and it cracked and you were like, was that me? Did I do that? Oh, geez, the chemistry you have with yourself is off the charts.
It's probably a sign from the skies from fucking God.
God was saying, less of that now.
You dirty hooer.
He is all seeing. Of course, a man wouldn't want a woman to come, would he? Sorry to the people who didn't know this podcast was going to be happening.
Yeah, people with their parents here.
Well, thanks for coming.
Rachel, what's next? Do you have another story? I have one up my sleeve.
Oh, go for the one that you have.
Okay, so this was a story that happened a couple of years ago, and actually, to be fair, it happened with a Catholic man. He was Polish, so it wasn't that much of a sin, right? So it was New Year's Eve a couple of years ago, and lads, when I tell you I got drunk, I actually don't know how I got this drunk. I was just
on the communion wine, wasn't it?
On the communion wine, I was demented, right? It was New Year's Eve, you know, the zect was flowing, there's fucking lines coming out, and I was like, oops. So I remember I had this friend, and actually, funny enough, you know the way I like guys that look like they could kill me? Yes, this is my style. I like dudes that, as I just said, could kill me, the really rough chaps.
I like men that I look like I could kill them. So we'll never fight over a man.
She likes the soft boys. I like the toxic masculinity. It's cute. But the reason I'm saying that is actually this guy, his last name was Killer. His name was actually Killer. It was Polish, K-I-L-A-R. And I was like, what are the chances? I met my killer.
Killer?
Right? It's fucking...
I barely know her.
Great name. So, myself and Mr. Killer got absolutely hammered. And we had the sex. Now, I did black out for most of it after giving my consent. You know, you just kind of wake up and it's like, oh, that happened. And you know, it happened, but you don't remember that it happened. But Jesus, did I remember that I didn't take out my tampon.
Oh my God.
Until the next morning. You know that you just know you haven't done something that you should have. I don't remember any of the sex, but I just know. I checked under the bed, under the pillow, all around him. I was like, where's the fucking tampon? And I was like, I don't think I took it out. So I did what any woman has to do, and I went to the bathroom and I put my leg up on the bath, as you can imagine. Maybe I'll just demonstrate it.
Dinner and a show?
Oh, just too much
I
showing.
think you got dinner.
So it's a bit graphic, I'll be honest with you, but my leg was up here, lads, on the bath
sister.
for a solid 10 minutes looking for the tampon. I was squeezing it, I was like, it has to be here somewhere. I was looking for life, but there was no life. I was almost hoping like a little child's hand might be up there. Anything, just like a little bit of like life that something is up there, right? There was no hand. And so eventually, I was squeezing with all my might. I'd say Mr. Killer next door was just thinking I was taking a massive you-know-what. And finally, I felt life. I felt the string. After ages of pushing it down, I was thinking, I need to go to A&E here. I'm going to take my leg down now. And I found it, lads, and I pulled it. Like, I was really pulling. Like, I was so far up, I was nearly, like, biting my nails. Like, do you know what I mean? And I pulled it down. Happy days, happy days. What came with it? My IUD. I actually pulled out my IUD. Yeah. It didn't hurt. Yeah, I'm making his face. It actually didn't hurt. I don't feel much pain. I'm numb from this city. But like, yeah, it came out and everyone was like, are you okay? Were you bleeding? I was like, actually no, it was fine. But it was a real pain in the ass. It was the most expensive shag of my life. Because I had to go back, of course. I paid another €350 to get that reinstalled.
Yeah, but didn't you slept with him for other reasons?
Did I?
To get your apartment painted or something?
Oh yeah, this is the same. Thank you, yes. I had met him on Tinder, we'd been dating a while, and then he was friend-zoning me, and I was like, fine. That's when I was annoyed with him, because we had decided we would be friends, but then he seduces me. And then I was like, but you know what, no, buddy, you can paint my kitchen. He installed the whole thing, he painted my
Is that a euphemism or did he actually paint your kitchen?
No, he actually did the whole thing. So I got a fully installed kitchen, completely free. That's what you get.
But it wasn't completely free because then you had to have your IUD reinstalled.
Yeah,
Been
exactly.
working in tech for too long.
Cheaper than actually paying to.
It's a very frugal Irish Catholic mindset. It's like, well, you know, if I can get the right and a painted kitchen out of it, then happy days.
Yeah.
We'll give him a good review on Yelp.
Oh, he made me out, I'll tell you that.
It's like, yeah, you made yourself Yelp, putting like your fucking IUD. Sorry, am I allowed to swear on the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fuck pussy cunt.
Can you beat that?
Oh, well, I do have a good one from when I was 15. Everything happened to me when I was 15. My life's been very boring since then. Does everybody here know what MSN is?
Yeah.
We are of that generation.
Yes. It's like the instant messenger that you used to, you know, you come home from school and talk all night with the people you've spent 8 hours with already that day. Yeah.
MSN, yeah.
MSN.
Dial-up.
Very much, yes. Used to get like the little like those little things. I was in my first ever relationship, had a boyfriend, fucking hated him. And we were like having the driest chat you could possibly have, like drier than a nun's hut. Oh, nun.
Oh, no, drink!
I'm out, I drank it all.
I need water here. I need
Barkeep.
water.
No, I don't do that. But so, me and my first ever boyfriend, let's give him a fake name, let's call him Alan. So me and Alan, sorry if anyone here is called Alan, we were messaging one another, absolute drivel. And then I remember I saw him in mass on Christmas Day and actively avoided him. Like, I remember saying to my mother, being like, you know, go, like down the back of the feckin', what are they called, the pews. Hiding behind the pews, trying to avoid Alan.
Wait, no, for the non-Catholics, what's a pew?
Pew! It's the wooden benches that you're sitting in when you're at church.
There you go.
Yeah, very comfortable. And I remember having to like avoid him like the plague because I couldn't stand him, hated him, didn't like him at all. Why was I like, who knows? Wanted a boyfriend. And so we get home, and of course it's Christmas Day, so I'm straight on MSN. And Alan messages me and breaks up with me on Christmas Day over MSN.
Yeah.
Because he had to focus on his junior cert. For anyone who doesn't know what the junior cert is, it's a state examination that you take when you're like 15 in preparation for the proper one that you take when you're 18. And it doesn't matter at all. Like, it could not affect your life any less.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing in Ireland. They scare the life out of you. To this day, I still have nightmares about the leaving cert. Steph, do you still have it? It stays in your brain. It's the most terrifying. Like, I wake up in the middle of this dream being like, they didn't teach us any of the English curriculum. My mother still has nightmares about the leaving cert. I'm sure it's like that in most countries. No? In Italy, would you have had state exams where it meant everything and it was the most important thing to you in your life? Jesus, they hammer the fear of God into you.
They truly do, they truly do. Yeah. So those are our confessions, but we have a few from other people as well, don't we?
Do you want to read from the box?
I'd love to get into the box, yeah.
This episode has been sponsored by The Boob Whisperer. Whether you've got big boobs, small boobs, trans boobs, pregnancy boobs, post-nursing boobs, Jen has got you covered. Check her out now at theboobwhisperer.de and let's take the drama out of bra fitting. You!
Yes, these are stories from the crowd in our little issue box. Turn it round. It's a great one. I'll hold the box. Do you want to read them out?
I'd love to.
You're the actress here. That's why I brought you here, because you're funny.
It's really.
It's very hard to see. Oh, look, I have one curl. Right.
This one curl, you're like the child of Prague.
Do you want to choose?
Yeah,
Do you want to
give me-
mix it up? Okay, hang on. I'll move the pen for you. Sorry, I need to put this in my mouth. Like here.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Well, I imagine it is. 'Cause all I can see here is fuck Donald Trump, so I'm already ready. I had a photo of myself next to a fuck Donald Trump sign on my Tinder profile. Some guy, I promise he looked normal when I swiped on him, off to a great start, matched with me just to be able to write to me, that most sensible men love Donald Trump, and that my profile showed I have fallen for the Guardian propaganda, and was probably why I was still single at 35.
Jesus.
It's really awful. It's really terrible. It's absolutely dismal.
Throw it on. It's very hard to see this mask on.
Lads. We have another one. Oh, it's the same handwriting, so I'm imagining it's the same. Okay. I went on a date with a comedian. Immediate red flag. Immediate. Everyone. He was not a very good comedian. Predicted. I could have told you that. Any man who thinks he's funny, I'm funnier than you hands down on my worst day. Thank you. Just 2 women agree with me. I know this because for the whole date, I felt like he was testing new material on me. Before we left, I went to the bathroom. When I got back, he was holding my jacket, okay, chivalry, and asked, "When did you drink the Augustiner?" He had gone through my pockets. What? He went through the pockets of the jacket. Claimed it was because he heard my keys jangling and was checking them.
That's awkward.
Wait, but whose story is it? Would you? Oh, it was this jacket. Oh my god! Let's show everyone your lovely jacket.
Your hair is really nice. Is this your natural hair color? Is it? Oh, jealous.
I think that I hate to draw comparisons, but that was your handwriting in the last one as well. Everyone applaud this amazing one. What's your name, darling? I know, it's Hannah, she's my best friend. Do you want to take one?
I suppose I better take one.
It's her podcast after all.
That's right. Well, we're going to mix it up here now. So, let me see. Because someone wrote in on Instagram on the Instagram app, and it was actually really funny.
Where can people find you on Instagram, Lulu?
Dating in Berlin _ where you can share with me your dating stories anonymously. You can follow me. You can like my stuff. You can share my stuff. The Unexpected Wingman. I think this is pretty funny. Oh, then there was another one about Family Guy. Okay. So
about Family Guy?
Yeah, I could get to that. It was very funny.
My favourite TV show.
I met a man in a phone shop. We had a laugh and he asked me to go for dinner. I said yes. During the dinner, I found out he was in a committed relationship. He was just really friendly because he was Canadian. That's cute. I didn't realize he wasn't flirting. I then said to him, I found the waiter hot. So he went straight to the waiter and asked him out for me. Later that evening, I was in a bar sucking face with the waiter. I was like, yeah, I like that one.
No, I was going to say sucking dick.
I was waiting for that too. Hang on, let me get the, because I was going over these today and I had a good old laugh. People are fucking mental with their stories. Was it this one? Okay. I mean, maybe I'm building this up, but it was fucking terrible to read it. I was on a date with a guy very good looking. Maybe not the smartest cookie in the kitchen, but he was handsome. Anyway, we consumed some greens and laughed. And then he told me, you know who you remind me of? And I asked him who. And he said, Peter Griffin from Family Guy. and then he commented, but not physically, just mentally. Didn't make this any better is how that ends. Jesus. Imagine, like,
I'd actually take that as such a compliment. Peter Griffin's hilarious.
No, there's something good about that, no, I must say. Oh, I thought it was gas. We'll read one more and then actually...
I want to do one.
Okay. Okay.
Like a greedy child.
And then I have a story.
Ooh, this one. Take the issues away from me. I have an offer. Okay, it starts off with one time in secondary school, so
Here we go.
ready for
On theme.
One time in secondary school, my maths teacher got pregnant. So we got a sub in.
A sub?
Substitute.
Oh, so it's like that's
She taught me for around 18 months or so. During this time, I had long, shaggy hair. Years later, as an adult, well, I should hope so, I was in a bar, and this older MILF woman came up to me and said her friend thought I was cute. How old is this woman? I immediately recognized her as my old teacher. But I don't think she recognized me, because my hair was different. See, it all comes full circle. Anyway, one thing led to another and we rode. Ha.
We rode. We rode means I had sex. Like, we had sex. Yeah, in Ireland we have weird ways of saying having sex.
I'll tell you what, lads.
Yeah.
Sally Rooney is sleeping well tonight, knowing this is her competition. Sorry to whoever wrote this. Anyway, we rode. The storytelling, the build-up. Oh my goodness, the vocabulary, unparalleled. I'm sorry, I'm giving you such a hard time. Whoever wrote that. Can I keep this?
You can't, you want to frame it. And we rode, huh?
Anyway, we rode. New tattoo.
Actually, that would be hilarious.
When you finish with the podcast today, everyone go home and open up. Well, you can do it here actually, mobile phone, and just do hashtag anyway we rode
We start trending.
Don't forget the ha.
Speaking of writing, I have another really funny story actually, because that was my life until I retired 2 years ago. Yeah, I've had enough of it really. I do have a story and I do love to tell this. This is hilarious. A little bit graphic but in a funny way. So I have a thing for London boys. Anyone here from London? Good. You're safe tonight, so. I don't know why, but I just have a thing for them. It's like the Blazing Squad days. Remember Blue and all of them, the little shabby fellas? Anyway, London. Here we go. I was in a bookstore with my best friend. Do you know the big, massive one on Friedrichstraße? Dussmann? And we were there in the German learning section, 2 years later. Anyway, all of a sudden I got a whiff of something and I was like, fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. And I was like, where is he? I was like,
What do you do in the airports?
And I was like, I must find him. I basically heard the accent, and I was like, where is he? And so over to my left was this young, nice-looking fella, London accent, boom, straight in there. I just slid over very indiscreetly. I don't pick up lads often, but I just felt, I never pick up fellas. This is the only time I went up to a guy in a bookshop, and I was like, come here often. We were chatting away anyway, we broke the ice with the learning German, and as I said, I'd been there 2 or 3 years and he had just arrived the day before, and I was like, and you're learning German that quickly? I was like, relax. Anyway,
Journey.
Exactly. And so, got his number, went out that night with him and my friend. Happy days, everything great, right? Got a bit drunk, did the dance, said my 3 Hail Marys and went to bed, right? So we got to business, got the ride. The next morning I woke up and he was still in my bed. And I was like, actually, I'd rather you weren't here. Although I didn't tell him that, obviously, because I'm Irish and I'm not honest enough about that.
Obviously, because I'm Irish.
Yeah, but we just don't get straight to the point, right? So anyway, he turns to me and he said, oh, do you want to go again? And being Irish, instead of getting straight to the point and being honest, saying no, I danced my way around the truth and I said, oh, I'm a little bit sore from last night. How about you pull yourself off and I'll lie here making sexy noises?
We've all been there.
We've all been there. I was about 25, 26, right? I mean, I should
Old enough to know that.
Yeah, I just should have said, no, can you leave? So I had to perform this performance for him, right? I had no interest in him being there. And to be honest, yeah, it was a whole thing. So I wish I could actually do the performance that comes with this, but we don't have the right stage.
You're going to say we don't have the rights.
So what happened was, right, now, this is no word of a lie. If you can all imagine this, the man was on his back on the bed, as you would when you're about to pull yourself off. He wasn't really lying on his back, he had his legs in the air. He had them at like I can't even do it, I'm so unfit. He had it like that, right? His legs were in the air, thank you. And he starts pulling himself off with his legs in the air. And I was just like, okay, making noises, hurry up, you know? When all of a sudden, I just hear a and I was like, oh God, the poor guy, but it didn't happen once, it happened twice. And I was like, wow, he has a load in that trunk, right? And now, I wasn't judging him at all, because it's the body makes noises. I'm no stranger to a queef, you know what I mean? It's like, a queef is when your vagina makes a funny noise.
What kind of funny noise? Like, Family Guy?
Isn't it? Can you do it?
I'm paid enough.
So, I really wasn't judging. As I said, body noises that happen. But he did, when he was finished, he turned to me with his arms like that, and he was like, oh, that wasn't very sexy, was it? And I was like, don't worry about it, these things happen, right?
No, babe, I love when you fart. I love when you lie on your back with your legs in the air like an actual toddler and pass gas in my home.
Twice.
I love that. That's my kink, who told you?
Such a thoughtful guy. So what happened was, so of course then he got up fairly lively and he left. Didn't hear from him for about 2 months, right? And I was fine with it. I was like, fair enough, he's mortified, I get it, right? But 2 months later, I was putting up an ad on my Facebook at the time. My room was going in my apartment, and suddenly he slides into my DMs, and I fucking knew what this was about, obviously. And he was like, oh, hey Lulu, how's it going? How's life? Blah, blah, blah. And I was, entertaining it. And then he was like, oh, I've just seen on your status that you've got a room going for rent. He was like, can I take it? I was like, no. I was like, you're grand, right? The story doesn't end there. This time last year, when I had my first live show, I gave the performance. It was the performance of a lifetime. I was on my back. Everyone, like, a pregnant woman in the crowd actually got a nosebleed from laughing so hard at it. Genuinely,
I thought you were going to say her water broke.
She gave birth right in front of
This story brought life into the world.
This happened. I gave the whole shebang, the whole performance. 6 days later, I went for a random... it was date night with my boyfriend that I had at the time. We went out for food randomly in Prenzlauer Berg, landed at a random pizza place. Sitting down, minding your own business, and you know the way in Berlin, like, they really shove you all together on these long benches. Minding my own business, had just ordered our food, we were like on our phones talking to each other, and at the side I could just see that the waitress was about to sit down, a couple next to us. Lads, I'm not even lying, it was the guy. His name was Farting Frank, for the sake of the story. He was actually sitting right across from me 6 days before I had just given the performance of my life of him farting and cunning at the same time. And there he is, sitting across from me. I hadn't seen him for 8 years, and 6 days after giving that performance, he was there. We did not lock eyes before you asked. We didn't even look at each other, but I knew it was him.
I was going to say, is it like Beetlejuice, where you say his name a few times?
But like, because I am the most indiscreet person on this earth, I did the thing where, you know, in like the American comedies where they're being really dramatic and they're like hiding behind the menu when the person's like right there. Like it was this distance. You were his woman and he was here. My boy
I hope not. Frank's woman. You think very little.
But so he was like diagonal to me, and so I was very, very indiscreet, putting the menu up against my face. And my boyfriend at the time, in his big loud London accent, was like, do you know him or something? And I was like, no, like, it was just so obvious. And then I was like, shut up, James, shut up, right? And so I texted my boyfriend there and then, and I messaged him saying, that's Farting Frank. And James just goes, you're having a fucking laugh, are you? And I was like, shut up! Like, I just should have waited, but I couldn't. And sure, he found it all absolutely hilarious, and poor old Farting Frank knew none the wiser. He definitely fucking did. He'd never forget me. Because of the story.
No, good. That mask.
So my advice to all of you, what did you say earlier? Comes around again? Did you say something like that?
Comes full circle?
Comes full circle. Yeah.
I didn't say that. That's a very common turn of phrase.
I know. I feel like you said something that relates to that, but that is my fucking advice to you. Berlin is a village. You will always meet them again. Oh my days. So be nice to people, be kind to people, and don't ghost them.
I've run into people in Berlin more frequently than I do in my hometown back in Ireland.
Yeah.
Back in Ireland though, like there's very few places to go. You know when you're like home and you're in like staying in like your childhood bedroom, and of course you can't be like, you know, getting rowdy there because your parents are in the house and stuff.
Have you ever done that? Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, yeah, but like
Have you had
I
sex
wouldn't bring like a one night stand back.
Have you had sex while your parents were in the
Yeah,
house?
very quietly. The soundtrack of my mother snoring in the next room. A fucking freight train is hitting the house. But I used to, whenever I'd get lucky, when I was back living at home or visiting home, and I knew that my mother was home, I used to bring my gentleman callers to the grounds of another all-girls Catholic school and fuck them in the ground.
Did you though?
I did.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
So I used to bring them there at the school that I went to. I'm like, should I say I'm 31? I'm in trouble. I used to bring them there and I'd be thinking in my head, I'd be like, yeah, I'm up the praise. We truly are the better school. We have so much class.
So that was your haunting ground, was...
Yeah, I used to bring them right off the back of the grounds of a neighbouring school. He'd put down a jacket.
Oh wow.
And yeah, get down to it. A lot of leaves in my hair afterwards.
Wow. Bit of a personal question, you can avoid it if you want. Was that one of your first times having sex? On the grounds of your school?
Wasn't my school, it was a neighbouring
No, but
school.
at school.
Oh, right, okay.
Just
It's
now.
integral to the story. No. Well, no, I did do, yeah, with the guy that I lost my virginity to, I did do it.
No, but in the school...
No.
Oh yeah. Nah.
I got around, so I did.
Well,
I went to a load of debs.
no, I became very sexually liberated in Berlin. Took me a while. That whole thing, it took me 2 years to get to Kit Kat. Have we all been to Kit Kat here? That's another fucking story.
I've never been to Kit Kat, but I am going to the lunacy party tomorrow.
You've never been to Kit Kat?
No.
Oh, are you even a Berliner if you haven't been to Kit Kat? You have to go. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll go.
I could tell a story. Do you have another story?
Do you want to tell your Kit Kat one?
Yeah.
We'll take a break and you can tell the Kit Kat one. So take a break, Kit Kat.
Oh.
No one hears the culture.
I did not land there for me at all. Sorry. It's the heat, man. I'm shredding. Right. This is another story. Being the Catholic that I was, you know, you're always terrified to take drugs, to have sex with boys. My mother always said, don't take drugs or you'll die. And I thought, maybe you're right here, Lindsay. So I started working in this cafe in Berlin, and all my colleagues and friends were taking drugs, and I thought, oh, okay, now I feel a bit of pressure. I want to see what the buzz is all about. And I went to Kit Kat. After 2 years, built up the courage, got really drunk. 2 bottles of wine drunk. And that's when I thought would be the best time to take an ecstasy pill. I had acquired it from a man who I was like, do you have any ecstasy? And he was like, no, I'll give you 2 minutes.
Really safe.
Jesus would be proud. So I asked a fella, can you get me some? And he came back within 5 minutes. And I was like, wow, it's that easy? So, yeah, that happened. So what, no, I'm trying to think now what happened. Yeah, so, took ecstasy, had the best 12 hours of my life. It was like the next day when I looked at my watch, I was like, what has happened, right? Like, it was the most amazing experience. I shouldn't be recommending it, but if you're a consenting adult, I do recommend trying it once.
And this podcast is sponsored by ecstasy. Thank you. Yes.
So, I nearly said I got hooked. I wasn't really hooked, right? But I was like excited by this new world that I'd entered into. So the very following weekend, I went back to Kit Kat. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it again maybe, right? No, that's a lie. I remember thinking, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to make a habit of it. Oh, no, habit, drink. It's kind of related, go on, habit, drink. So, went back the following week, had more alcohol so I would avoid taking the ecstasy. I just thought this would work. Got super hammered again and thought, no, I want ecstasy, right? mother of God, I'll never forget it. Like, it was so funny. So my friend that I was with, she said to me, come on Lulu, come up to the dark room. I like watching men on men. And I was like, wow, I don't, but sure, I'll go anyway, you know.
That's so Irish. Oh, sure, I'll go anyway.
Yeah, I sure fucking go.
I'll watch a bit of gay sex.
You know,
why not?
I wanted to be part of the night, but not get too involved. So, my friend brought me up to the dark room, as you can imagine, it's dark. But you can still see stuff, right? Jesus Christ.
And she saw stuff.
I cannot unsee what I saw. Oh, so, if you can imagine, there was, you know, loads of couches. Maybe a few of you have been to dark rooms, you know what it's like. There was a mattress. This is what I can remember anyway. Couches, massive mattress. And there was a guy sucking off 3 other fellas.
Sucking off.
I can't say too loudly, they might hear me. He was doing the business anyway, and I just thought, oh, yeah, well that's there now, can't unsee that. I was sitting in the corner with my friend who was having a good old time watching what she wanted to see. And a couple of minutes later, this guy in a gimp mask comes up the stairs. And I was like, oh God, what's going to happen now? Gimp mask? Gimp mask is like the how would you describe it? It's a black leather mask with the eyes, kind of like this, but not at all, you know.
Kind of like this, just not even remotely like this.
That would be a good mask to wear, actually. Anyway, your man in the gimp mask comes up, and he sees the fella who's doing the business with the 3 other lads. And said man who's doing the business spreads his cheeks, and the gimp man goes in and the rat it, right? And I was like, oh, this is a lot! Like, they don't teach you this in school. It's like,
Well, they talk about it on page 27.
it's in there somewhere. How to get the right in a sex club. So where are we going with this? Yes. So he starts hammering away at your man, and all the while he's looking at me, licking his lips and winking. And I was like, oh Jesus, no, I can't be handling this at all, this is too much. So I remember I ran down the stairs, I ran through the crowd because I needed to get to the bathroom to just fucking throw water in my face and say a couple of Hail Marys. And the queue was so long, it was so long, I remember just like waiting impatiently, but hearing a woman making the most animalistic noises I'd ever heard from a woman. It was weird.
She was probably pulling her IUD out.
Even worse, lads, she was getting fisted on a dentist's chair. And I was like, fuck me, I can never unsee any of this again. So I wanted to share it all with you as well, so you can all be traumatized too, you know? You need to get that.
I can think of worse things to happen in a dentist chair.
Can you?
Root canal?
No, I would take that, yeah. No, fisting.
You're not a fan of fisting?
No, I'll pass well. Although I did practically fist myself getting the IUD out, right, didn't I? So, yeah, that's why I was scarred.
Yeah, well, I can imagine you.
Not even from pulling in the IUD, I was actually scarred from fisting myself. This is going too far now, sorry. You're going to have to bleep all that out or I will not be allowed on Spotify ever again.
You're not going to be able to share this with your mum and dad anyway.
Mother is not allowed to listen to this podcast.
Is that down to Irish guilt as well? Catholic guilt? They can't know about.
They should. They read the book. I don't know if any of you here have read my book. I'm selling it here tonight, by the way. Dating in Berlin.
Her book is right here.
That's my book. It's over there in the corner. They read it, and I had forgotten. About a week after my mother rang me up to give me her opinion of my book, I forgot that I mentioned that I'd been to Kit Kat. And I was like, oh, that's really awful. Like, my dad read it as well. My dad's nearly 80. And I was like, oh, fuck, my dad's really sound. But actually,
He's crying.
a week after my dad read it, I got a phone call from one of his friends. And my dad was with him, and he was like, Lulu, I'm after reading your book. Real poor accent. He was like, it was absolutely fabulous. And I was like, Pat, did you read everything? I read the whole thing, you're a gas woman. Going to sex clubs, everything. I was like, wow, all of my dad's 80-year-old friends know what I've been up to. Genuinely, it's so fucking awkward. Like, it's funny, it's cool, you know, like age is just a number. But I'm like, we are from a small city. It's just the kind of thing you don't want people to listen to. So my mother doesn't even know the name of my podcast.
That's fair. I mean, does anybody here actually talk to their parents about sex?
I talked to my aunt about it.
Right in the front. Yeah.
Do you?
What do you say? What do you tell them? She's like, I didn't sign up for that.
Fair enough. No, I mean, I have an aunt who I would talk to. She knows the story of Farting Frank long before I performed it on stage, and she was like, Jesus Christ.
She knows your lore.
Yeah, exactly. Grand. Well, do you have a story? If not, we would move on to these stories with our last 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, great. I'm going to read out some more because they're always very interesting, and it always makes me feel better knowing that I am not one that has had the worst dates.
Is there another one that's up to par with Any Way We Rode Ha?
Uh,
I'm just going to keep that here close to my heart.
No, hang on. Well, this one is funny actually. Once I had a date with a guy where we were approached by 2 criminals and I ran away. While my date was being robbed.
I was going to say, how did they know they were criminals? Oh, okay. The criminal activity that
There
took
was a
place.
full stop where it shouldn't have been. Oh, I am sweating, let me tell you. He got angry at me, but we ended up at his place enjoying some sex to forget about the whole thing.
Some, not a lot.
Just some sex. I thought that was pretty funny. Right, hang on. I just want to.
do
Oh, yes, sorry. Take it. Take it away.
Nice. Was on a second date with this dude. You can't say dude in an Irish accent to be taken seriously, but this fella. He was visibly nervous. We were at a bar on our 3rd round. All of a sudden, he decides... What?
Don't mind him, he's a Protestant.
Not me being heckled, reading someone else's story. This wasn't me. All of a sudden, he decides he should tell me about a time he went out with his ex, how they came home and had sex. Okay, Dr. Seuss. And the motion of the sex made him throw up all over her during sex. And yes, he went into a lot of detail. Needless to say, there was no 3rd date.
That is a tough one to deal with.
Is that what you saw at Kit Kat?
I saw much worse, if you tell me.
Projectile vomiting. I have a very good passage that I'd like to end the podcast on if you want to do another one.
Yes. Go on, read a passage, we love a good passage. This is from the Bible.
Yes. This is some sage advice that everyone can carry with them in their hearts after this evening ends very shortly. The Catholic girl knows well that living with a man without marriage is mortal sin, and that such sin, if unrepented, must lead to the loss of God for all eternity. If she knows something of what the love of our Lord means, and will look back to the day of her first Holy Communion, and remember what joy filled her then, she must surely realize what she would be throwing away when she is tempted to give up the practice of her faith, capital F, to live in such a manner. Nothing that the world can give as regards happiness and riches can make up for losing Christ. As the old saying goes, the loss of wealth is much, the loss of health is more, the loss of Christ is such as no man can restore.
That's a great way to end the show, actually. Lovely. Yeah, okay, we're done then. That's awesome. Well, geez, that hour flew. I could keep going, but maybe I'll just write that in another book. If you want to buy the book, guys, as I said, it's available tonight. But look, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you all so much for coming. The time did fly. It was great fun. Thank you, Rachel, for coming. Big round of applause. Sister Rachel, looking gorgeous.
I had a man that I was dating before saying to me, "You're like my sister." I said, in this outfit, I definitely am.
Jesus Christ. Lads, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at datinginberlin_. If you're not yet following me on Spotify or Apple Music, I am the podcast is called Dating, Laughter and Disasters, and I'm also on datinginberlin.com. So yeah, thank you again for coming, and we'll see you next time. Wait, I forgot, sorry, I'm actually back here next month for a blind date show. I don't know if you know, but we were here last month, and it's based on the UK show Cilla Black from Liverpool. Surprise, surprise. It was a good time. So we'll see you back here next month. Thanks, lads.